My pleasant greeting to all the respected faculty members over there. I'm Hepsiata Skin, pursuing second year of BCA at St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science for Women, Hosur. My topic of presentation is managing obstacles, overcoming adversity, and thriving in uncertainty. I have chosen this topic because of all the stress a person undergoes through the hurdles which he faces in day-to-day life. In order to tackle these hurdles, the most important three things a person must carry, which are hope, strength, and trust about their own struggle. These three are weapons to handle any obstacle. Having a strong mindset full of hope and trusting that whatever we do will turn right at the end helps us to handle any hardship. Coming to the next slide. These are the contents of my presentation. Association, obstacles, types and kinds of obstacles, obstacles in society, examples of adversity, overcoming adversity and the ways. Thriving in uncertainty, methods of thriving in uncertainty, purpose of obstacles, conclusion. Moving to the next one. In my topic, three crucial words are obstacles, adversity and uncertainty. All these three words are associated with each other. Let's get to know how obstacles here is the problem that has occurred. For instance, a person is appointed to complete a project. He or she gets lots of errors, around 50. This is the obstacle here. And those errors can be of any sort. Some might be exceptions, some simple and some quite complicated. This is the difficulty they go through, which means adversity. Then finally, once the person starts working, he or she will get confused where to start and what to do with a lot of confusion, which is uncertainty. Moving to the next one. In this first image, as you see, to reach the flag destination, a man has to cross all the ups and downs and weather issues, or if any venomous creature gets in the way. Unless he crosses all the way without giving up, he wouldn't get the flag and watch his victory. The ups and downs which he crossed are the obstacles. The second image represents a manual display of the journey of starting and reaching a goal, wherein comes various obstacles. The third image represents some sort of obstacles that a person generally undergoes, like stress, fears, worries, doubts, problems, and setbacks. Let's have a look at what all types and kinds of obstacles occur in the next slide. In this image, a few obstacles are mentioned. When some sort of work is in progress, she may be confused about what to do next and what actually comes next. And sometimes not sure and clear about the work, person may be diverted from the goal under few circumstances, may feel low or lost in some thoughts which would be problem later in the peak time. This appears as obstacles in person's journey towards his goal. The two types of barriers that appear are internal and external barriers. The internal barriers are procrastination. It is the act of delaying or putting off tasks until the last minute. Perfectionism, trying to be very perfect, may lead to delay or some other issues. Fearing about the final part, whether it would be a success or a failure, would disturb a person mentally, which may affect the progress. Low motivation. People may feel low when they are demotivated by their surrounding people. Problems with asserting yourself, which means, for instance, the student handling a project has a fear of disapproval from her guide. She may feel discomfort in sharing with others, prioritizing self-thoughts. An inability to manage time. The student may remain careless in the beginning due to some cause and suffer at end feeling there is a lack of time, which also appears as an obstacle. Physical barriers include any kind of health issue a person usually undergoes, like cold, headache, fractures, pregnancy of a woman, blind, deaf, dumb, and physically disabled or handicapped persons come under this. The next slide is all about obstacles in society. These are major issues a person faces in general in any environment. Sadness can be due to any family or personal reason which affects mental health. Depression may occur due to any loss personally or financially or emotionally. Uncertainty about the future. People who waste time trying to predict what would happen next, stay perplexed and lose focus towards the goal. Corruption. This becomes the worst part when it comes to rich people who pay and buy anything, where people with real talent remain behind. Looking for job after graduation, this is the tough task for the freshers who look for jobs unless they get one. Low performance in comparison to their colleagues. Comparing with another person always makes the person feel low in any instability in countries. The situation occurs when bad times like lockdown all over the nation, when political wars happen, and weather instability which would destroy most of the work. Immigration. Shifting from one place to another often affects the work. This image shows the difference between two persons where one one person has just stopped thinking stuck and the another is struggling to come out of the pit. This slide represents image of all the obstacles that comes under society like instability, depression, corruption. Of getting fired from a job all of a sudden would become more tough for the employee. Overcoming a rejection of any sort, either from any selection or in a relationship that would affect any individual, that would stop him from moving on, which a person should overcome and sustain strongly. Overcoming a disability. Disability includes issues like a person who is physically disabled due to any accident or naturally. Poverty. Certain families undergo poverty due to the financial crisis they suffer, which would be become hurdle for any individual falling as a student. This is a basic stage when a student begins to learn, and failure here must demotive and make him feel low. Refuge life. This is also similar to immigration. Discrimination. This also means partially among a group where many strive hard to reach a point and corruption was. These images are the examples of adversity. So adversity clearly means the difficulties that an individual faces. Now let's see how to overcome it. Firstly, it's quite important for us to surround ourselves with people who notice your flaws, mistakes, imperfections and still accept you, because such people will never make you feel alone or low, which affects you mentally. There are certain ways to do this. Basically, you have to be mentally prepared for the upcoming hurdles. You must find some sense of humor in any talks. Be optimistic, which means developing positivity in you. Most important thing is not to lose your focus about your work, and never forget discipline that you carry. Work on your skills that are lacking due to which the obstacle occurred. Learn from others and never give up in any case. Always have a purpose about any goal. All these difficulties can certainly make a person feel too stressed and tensed, due to which he or she would think of giving up. Instead, the person should strive hard to constantly work over it. Many factors like confusion, uncertainty, and self-prediction about the future discomfort you and obstruct you from growing further. When you aren't sure about some prediction which is either known or unknown, you get confused, where you try to avoid or escape from it, which stops you from reaching your goal. Most crucial part here is not to lose your focus and determination towards your goal. I'll explain some methods to thrive on uncertainty in the next slide. Few methods to thrive on uncertainty are mentioned here. Firstly, the person who is carrying out progress must be present fully. The most essential thing here to follow is you should have patience to respond instead of reacting. In case the student with the project appears in front of his guide and finds the guide disappointed with his work, he or she should have the potential to work over it instead of explaining, which makes her strive hard and save her reputation as well, which is quite necessary. Concentrate on the words you use to narrate and never mind emotionally. Instead, like it as a fact and make it possible by working over it. Consider the hurdle as an opportunity to learn more. This image tells us that obstacles make you stronger. After all, I'll explain the purpose of obstacles in our life in the next one. As you start facing the obstacles, you may find it difficult in the beginning, but the journey of struggle will show you unexpected results. This will make you more stronger and familiar to the issues that would encourage you. You'll become mature enough and feel adapted to situations where you get to tackle hardships. This journey of struggle will help you grow positive and become optimistic. All the hurdles you crossed in your way to reach your goals are those that make your life more interesting. So just accept them so that you will get to taste the victory. Focus on your goal rather than counting your problems. I have displayed a few images in the next slide of moments that come after this journey, which would make us feel motivated to get there, leaving behind all the struggles. These are a few photos where we feel the most happier after achieving our goal. Have a look at them. So I finally conclude by saying that consider all the hurdles you go through as a measure of your success instead of taking it as a burden, which will help you grow strong mentally without losing focus. You'll never get to know how strong you are until your only choice is being strong and striving hard. Thank you all.